Hello everyone, this is Flamington Bibloba coming at you guys with Firestar Role-Playing. Today we're going to be talking about another spirit I made for one of the content updates. By the way, keep an eye out for the next one coming out tomorrow. I'll try to have one out every Wednesday if I can. This one, I'm probably going to mispronounce this because it is Latin. It essentially means someone fond of learning, I think, or something along those lines. It is Philologus. Philologus. Like I said, probably mispronounced it. I don't know Latin, but I did look it up and found it, and I thought it kind of looked cool and the meaning was cool. But yeah, so I mean, I have no idea how to pronounce Latin, but if anybody knows how to pronounce it, then you can leave it in the comments below. Essentially, these are spirits comprised completely of scrolls. They are like pure beings of pure energy that are wrap their bodies in these scrolls, and then within these scrolls are contained vast amounts of knowledge. These are spirits created by the trolls, and they seek out occult knowledge and store it within the scrolls within their body, and they only share this knowledge with anybody who has a piety in the trolls or the creator of the trolls, Nathraxu. And if they find someone who is possessing such knowledge and does not pay the trolls proper respect, they will attempt to hunt them down and take that knowledge forcefully. What they can do is they can drain intelligence. Their attacks, literally, if they can hit you, they will literally drain your intelligence. That's how much damage they deal. And they can take this. They take your knowledge from you, you know, and if they only usually do this on people who have threatened them or people who hold knowledge that they deem they shouldn't have, so they forcefully take the knowledge back from them. These spirits are more likely to engage with people in the fleshlands than other spirits are, because that they hunt down knowledge and they collect anything they can find. That means if you have knowledge, they will hunt you down and take it back. Or if you are someone that they has proper respect for them and the trolls, then they might hunt you down and give you knowledge. They might aid occultists in learning new spells or giving them knowledge for some type of grand quest they might be on or what have you, and they can be summoned by these people. And if you're not an occultist, and you try to summon one of these guys, then it's going to be almost impossible for you to find their names and everything required for summoning them. And if you're not like a proper occultist, and then you find out a way to summon them, then they're going to be very displeased with this. And should you ever lose control of them, they will drain every ounce of knowledge that you have in you and leave you like in a stupor, like a completely and utterly unfunctional mental mess. Like literally zero intelligence. Like literally you have less intelligence than an insect. You're literally mindless completely. They will drain you into the state and leave you in this mindless state to wander for the rest of your days. But with their great power, they also can bestow intelligence. If they are bound into a book, the book fills the pages with a blank book, and it fills the pages with all the knowledge they have gathered, and it takes a cycle's worth to read, and is always written in Thoraxa, the language of the trolls, and a cycle is 77 days for those of you who are not familiar with the game. And reading this book will raise your intelligence score by 1. Once the book has been read, you will never get a bonus from reading one of these books again, and it is possible to copy the knowledge down, but anyone who reads it will not gain the bonus because the power of the spirit is no longer within the book. They can still use this knowledge to benefit them in certain ways, but the spirit itself bestows a greater understanding of the knowledge upon you when you read it, so without the spirit, you can't gain the extra intelligence. Once the book has been read completely, the spirit is released, and if it was bound unwillingly, as I said before, it's going to get its knowledge back any way necessary. And these are very ruthless spirits, as they have 11 piety and 2 hate, but no love. They're very logical and cold creatures. Their hatred comes only for those who steal their knowledge. And they can fly. They can float around and fly. They also have the ability to cast the spells of the Oracle, which is time manipulation, and they can read and speak any language in the world, as well as their weakness. Their only notable weakness is that they are beings primarily comprised of paper, and they're hypersensitive to fire, and they take extra point. They take 1 point of damage per turn exposed to enough water to cover their bodies. So they'll like soak up and rip wet paper. It doesn't go well together, so they'll take damage when in water or when exposed to fire. Now, for ideas that you could do to use this, you could have this spirit being a mentor to an oracle, perhaps. Perhaps his mentor is dead or gone or missing in some way. And then the spirit was friends with his mentor, and then now he is mentoring this young oracle on the holy path of the trolls, to make sure he doesn't become a profane oracle, a profane necromancer, a profane whatever he is, and he can teach him to go upon the right path of life. Also, there's the flip side, where maybe you can have this hunting down. So maybe someone stole some ancient occult knowledge, or some troll lore, or some Magus' books, or what have you, or a relic, or well, not a relic, because that's made by the vines, or a magic item, and a devout follower of the trolls calls upon one of these spirits to regain the stolen knowledge. And these spirits go and they hunt these thieves down, and that could be one way you could look at it. Perhaps your players find a book of the Great Mind, the magic item created with these things, and they read it, and they gain the bonus to intelligence, but they don't understand what they have just done. They don't understand what the item is, and the spirit is released. And the spirit might attack them out of sheer rage towards them without quite stopping to think, wait a minute, this isn't the guy who bound me, and then they would have that problem of trying to convince them they didn't mean to hurt, they didn't mean to, dishonor the spirit in any way, and perhaps to appease the spirit, they have to hunt down the person who bound it into it, or else he'll take out his fury on them. Or, those are a couple of ideas of how this could work out. And I think that should just about do it for these spirits today. They are daemons and Lar level, by the way, just a side point on that. But like I said, I will have a new content update tomorrow, hopefully on Wednesday, and that is going to include disease and poison, as well as a new race. Not a spirit this time, but a brand new playable race, a basic species. And as always, if you use this or any of my other content I upload, please let me know, because I love to hear stories about how stuff went in your games. This is Flame Tender Bloba, signing off.